I want to make a point here that dominance is a lot of our problem right now. And it didn't dawn on me. It's my work, but it didn't dawn on me until I actually woke up thinking that dominance. But in my work, I talk about the hierarchy as the problem, not the patriarchy, not these other things, but that it's fueled by control. And the problem regarding the hierarchy is it's suppressing some people and letting others be uplifted when there's no reason to do so. Meaning, I say it this way, that those who have no consequence set the tone for society because gone unchecked, they become the status quo. They are the top of the hierarchy. But the people who have far too high of a consequence or many consequences are the ones who are lower than. And that's the dominance piece, is people are consistently operating to be in a higher position. And you know why it dawned on me is I just joined something and their website page is completely seems aligned with their business. And then when I subscribed and got into the business behind the scenes, the member platform, it's called a different name and it's aggressive. And that's not what it's saying on the front side of it, but the back side is an already used platform that they're just reusing. And it dawned on me that word dominance of we don't care in some ways because we're constantly trying to overlap that, in essence, the lie. So in my book, Know Where the Status Quo Ends and You Come to Life, which comes out in September of this year, 2025, I talk about hegemony, which is Antonio Gramsci, who's an Albanian Italian. And he wrote about hegemony while he was jailed for 11 years for the ideas behind communism. He was for communism, thinking it would help us work together. But what he saw is with this idea of hegemony, which essentially translates it from Greek into dominance, that we will, as people, work to uplift the upper echelons of society without thinking a thing about it. It doesn't bother us. He also isn't really signaling that we might think in our head, maybe I'll get there one day. But then when we grumble, we're given something like in today's era, it could be legalizing marijuana so that the people calm down, the people settle in. Well, we've got something. We have a little bit of power, right? And I could talk day and night about the difference between control and power right there. That they're defined the same. But to me, control is I'm going to create anxiety. I'm going to create fear, which is really cruelty. I'm going to create, you turning the anger back to you, right? Which hinges on codependency instead of us creating in a different way, right? So this dominance of, if I make you afraid, you'll do what I'm going to, you'll do what I say. Okay, so I want you to think about how dominance has impacted your life and report back. Leave it in a comment or in the comments rather, and let me know. I'm curious as to what other people think about that. All right, thanks for being here. Amy Vasterling with the work around the control model, or the model is what I call it. And keep tuning in, like, share, follow, tell your friends. I also have a great fun thing that I've done on Substack called two things. Dear HSP, which is Dear Highly Sensitive Person. And if you know you're a highly sensitive person, you've already defined that for yourself, get yourself there. It's not written for, I'm going to tell you what a highly sensitive person is. Instead, I'm telling you how that highly sensitive person is perfect for the time that we're in right now, and lay that foundation so you understand what is going on for you as a highly sensitive person and why you always felt different. It's actually a catalyst. It's really cool. And secondly, I've written something called The Future of Our Past, which is really a narrative to explain what's going on in this current era from a perspective of 250 years in the future. There are 3 characters. One is a a relative that's a female in this current era, and then a grandmother and a granddaughter who talk about what she experienced from that 250 years in the future. I hope you'll check that out. I'd love to see you there. Again, leave comments here and let me know what you're thinking about all this, because this is a group thing. This isn't just a I'm going to be in my head and do it alone thing. All right, that's all. Thanks.